This is the best dating advice, and it completely worked for me. This is the first of a few, so check out the playlist on my TikTok. So you can do this whether you're currently dating somebody or whether you're not, whether you're single. I want you to go to your notes app, open that up, and make a new note. Label this new note my dream person, dream guy, dream girl, whatever it is. Then you're going to create a checklist. So the little like circles that you can check off, make that. And then you're going to write at least 5 things that you cannot live without in your dream person.
Yes, make a dream list about a dream person and make it at least 5 entries long. Although usually men will have maybe 3 entries at most, and women will have at least a dozen entries. I will add to that. Look in the mirror and be honest as to how many of those entries you put on your list do you match or offer the equivalent to. Ladies, if it didn't dawn on you just yet, in order for you to demand anything from your dream person, you have to offer something in return. Also, what you offer has to be considered valuable by your dream person.
After I went through my divorce several years back, I made this exact same note on my iPhone. Except for I had a list of like 20 things. And if you're interested in that note, I can show you in another video. It doesn't really apply to this. But after my divorce, as I started dating again, I would go on dates with people, first date, and I would check my list. After my date, I would come home, I would look at my list, and I would make sure that the person I went on that date with checked off every single thing or the most important things on that list. And if there were things that were on that list that they didn't have, it wasn't going to go any further than that.
Listen to the message slowly. After her divorce, she made a long list of demands from the next man. The logic she brings here is that she believes she's entitled to higher demands after a divorce. The first thing a divorced woman should realize is post-divorce women have a lower SMV and should not make first-round draft demands. Also keep in mind that the men you meet post-divorce will be thinking in the back of their heads that you came out of a failed relationship. That means they will know you are capable of ending a relationship or you are not capable of maintaining a long-term relationship. That is not a basis for a divorced woman like her to be making a long list of anything.
Because the more and more dates that you go on with somebody that doesn't actually fit everything that you need in a relationship, the harder it gets to break up with them. And so I wanted to make sure I got to the point. This also didn't allow me to settle for anything. And when I went on a date with my now husband, our first date, I remember looking at that checklist, and ladies, he checked off every single thing on that checklist. So I want you to know that there really truly is your dream guy out there. You just have to not settle before you find him. By making this list, you will know exactly who your person is and who isn't your person.
I'm going to venture that her new husband wasn't a dream, but just like she said, an individual that checked off boxes from her list. According to a divorce strategies group, link in the description, divorce statistics in the rate of failure for second marriages is 67%, and for third marriages, it's a whopping 74%. Now, I'm no expert by any means, but just looking at those numbers, I am sure a long list of demands is not going to help a woman on her next husband selection. If anything, it leads one to think having higher demands or standards is what is setting up the second marriage for failure. Maybe the answer isn't making a list for Mr. Perfect, but getting to know each other for a long vetting process before deciding to make it official. Maybe that could be the smarter option. Who knows? Do you want to plan a vacation getaway, but you're not sure where to get the best deals? With Cheap Flights Fares, finding cheap flights has never been easier. At Cheap Flight Fares, they understand how important it is to find and book the lowest travel deals. To offer their customers the best available flights, they have partnered with top airlines and travel suppliers. Their team of travel experts work round the clock with their partners to bring you the cheapest air tickets to destinations in the US and across the globe. Click the link in the description to plan your next trip and use their ongoing promo code of CJ20 for discounts on special events and festivals.
So while I do my makeup, can we talk real quick about short girls and tall guys? Now, I understand you can't help who you fall for. I get that. I really do. But before you fall for someone, you're attracted to them, right? You don't just fall for someone by looking at them from afar. And I have a lot of short girls around me who love to tell me how they love men who are above 6 feet tall. And I myself want a man who's above 6 feet tall. But it's not because, oh my gosh, like a tall man like everybody else is saying. For me, I'm 5'7.5". I'm someone who likes to wear 4-inch heels, all right? 4-inch heels. So when I say I want someone who's above 6 feet tall, it's because when I wear heels, I am just about 6 feet tall. just barely there.
This was a long-winded, weak way to try to say, oh, I'm not like the other girls, but I want a tall man too. Listen, I completely understand women being attracted to taller men, as it is genetically hardwired into their natural survival instincts to want a tall, strong protector. I get it, but the problem is that the same women who want a tall, strong man don't want men to impose physical standards as they themselves do. Yes, ladies, men will also put standards on you too. And if you are above a certain weight, or are not as attractive as they like, or have hygiene issues, or have undesirable attitudes, or you are even above a certain age, men will disregard you too.
So what I want to understand is, why are all the short girls going after the tall guys? Like, if you're 5'2" and you're wearing 4-inch heels, you're 5'6". So Mr. 5'8" is perfect for you. But for some reason, these itty bitty girls want these really tall men. And the really tall men want the itty bitty girls. But a girl like me, we have questions. For the short girls, does it not bother you when you want to kiss your man? You have to either tell him to come down, or you gotta like, what? And for the tall guys who prefer the short girls, do you not have neck and back pain when you're like, what? I could never.
Like I was saying, how dare you tall men have a preference of women shorter than her? The absolute audacity of you 6 feet / 182 centimeter tall men wanting to date short women. Think of your back and your neck pain, apart from this woman's obvious haterade. Ladies, you need to stop things like this. Just because a man has decided that dating a much shorter girl is what he likes, no woman should resort to try these height-shaming tactics.
Honestly, this just hurts my neck. And yes, I do have friends who are taller than their men. And yes, these men do make my friends happy, which is the ultimate goal. But I really don't want to have to tower over my man. It works for them, but I would cry if this were me. And I get it. It's about what makes you happy. I just want to understand why these short girls want the tall men. I just feel like this should be illegal. Could we just leave the tall kings for the tall queens? All I'm saying is, if I'm walking and I want to put my head down, I want it to be at his shoulders, not on top of his head. So to the short girls, please stop stealing our tall men. This is my mascara.
Hey, tall queen, whoever said they were your men? Only in your imagination. But I have yet to see men complain about anyone of a different height stealing their queens. But obviously, there are women who feel so entitled to lay claim over the men they like that a video like this one can be made with zero fear of being canceled. Talk about being the privileged gender in the dating market. Moving on.
Men always want to know why women have turned into savages. And quite frankly, it's because this dating pool fucking sucks. I hate dating and not knowing anyone's real intentions anymore, because it's we live in such a fearful society. Everyone is so fearful of getting hurt that we act out and do hurtful things to other people out of fear.
Fearful dating society? More like the woman in this video is afraid of falling for another Chad or Tyrone and possibly having another kid out of wedlock. The dating society is designed by women, not men. Women got their intimacy liberation to hook up around, and men adapted. If you ladies claim the dating market sucks, well, you got what you wanted. Don't blame men, as before all this, we had to marry you. Now you call the hookup shots.
But I'm really at this place where I just approach so many things with love. But to me, that highlights the fear in other people, and it hurts, and I feel like it leads me to isolating myself a lot more, especially lately. I really have toned down on the multi-dating and things of that sort, and have gotten really good about protecting my space and my peace, because for whatever reason, y'all are damaged. Y'all are really fucking damaged.
Tone down on the multi-dating? In other words, she made this video to announce she is off the... It's really easy to say men are the ones who are damaged, but in all honesty, I can say that if anyone is damaged, it's the promiscuous single mothers like her. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode. Thanks for tuning in.